Thank you.
Nice weather we're having.
Yes.
Well?
You may sit down if you like.
Are you sure I don't want to interrupt your reading?
Really, sit. I would very much like to have you do so. The light is too bad for reading. I would prefer to talk.
Well, if you insist. You know, you've got to be the stunniest girl I've ever seen. Honest, I had my eye on you since yesterday.
Yesterday?
Didn't know somebody's boulder was pretty lamps of yours, did you, honeysuckle?
Whoever you are, you must remember that I am a lady. I will excuse the remark you have just made because the mistake was, doubtless, not an unnatural one in your circle. I asked you to sit down. If the invitation must constitute me your honeysuckle, consider it withdrawn.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I just thought, well, you know, there are girls in parks that is, you don't know, but...
Abandon the subject, if you please. Of course I know.
Right.
Now, tell me about these people passing and crowding each way along these paths. Where are they going? Why do they hurry so? Are they happy?
It is interesting to watch them, isn't it? Wonderful drama of life. Some are going to supper and some to other places. One can't help but wonder what their histories are.
Yes, how fascinating they seem to me, rushing about with their petty little dreams and common worries. I come here to sit because here, only, can I be near the great, common, throbbing heart of humanity. My part in life is cast where its beating is never felt. Can you surmise why I spoke to you, Mr.
Parkenstacker. And your name?
No, you would recognize it immediately. It is simply impossible to keep one's name out of the papers, or even one's portrait. This veil and this hat, my maid's of course, are my only protection. They furnish me with an incog. You should have seen the chauffeur staring when he thought I did not see. Candidly, there are 5 or 6 names that belong to the Holy of Holies, and mine, by the accident of birth, is one of them. I spoke to you, Mr. Stackenpot.
Parkenstacker.
Mr. Parkenstacker, because I wanted to talk for once with a natural man, a real man, one unspoiled by the despicable gloss of wealth and supposed social superiority. Oh, you have no idea how weary I am of it. Money, 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 and the men who surround me, dancing like marionettes all cut from the same pattern. I am sick of pleasure, of jewels, of society, of travel, of luxuries of all kinds.
I always had the idea that money was a pretty good thing.
Competence is to be desired, certainly, but when you have so many millions that... It is the monotony of it that palls. Drives, dinners, balls, theaters, suppers, more balls, followed of course by dinners and suppers, with the gilding of superfluous wealth over it all. Sometimes the very tinkle of the ice in my champagne glass nearly drives me mad.
You know, I've always liked to read up on the habits and customs of the wealthy class. I consider myself a bit of a connoisseur on the subject, but I like to have my information accurate. Now, I have formed the opinion that champagne is cooled in the bottle and not by placing ice in the glass.
You must understand that we of the non-useful class depend for our amusement upon departure from precedent. Just now, it is a fad to put ice in champagne. The idea was originated by a visiting Prince of Tartary while dining at the Waldorf. It will soon give way to some other whim. Just as, at a dinner this week on Madison Avenue, a green kid glove was laid by the plate of each guest to be put on and used while eating olives.
I see.
These special diversions of our inner circle do not become known to the common public, of course.
Yes, of course. It's all quite fascinating. I've always wanted to participate in, or at least witness firsthand the rituals of complete.
We are drawn to that which we do not understand.
I guess that's true.
For my part, I have always thought that if I were to ever love a man, it would be one of a lowly station, one who is a worker and not a drone. But, doubtless, the claims of caste and wealth will soon prove stronger than my inclinations. Just now, I am besieged by 2 suitors. One is Grand Duke of a German principality. I think he has, or has had, a wife somewhere, driven mad by his intemperance and cruelty. The other is an English marquis, so cold and mercenary, I prefer even the diabolical nature of the Duke. What is it that impels me to tell you these things, Mr. Parkenstacker?
Parkenstacker.
Of course.
I don't know why you should bare your soul to a common man like me, but you can't know how much I appreciate your confidences.
What is your line of business, if you don't mind my asking?
A very humble one, but I hope to rise in the world someday.
You have aspirations?
Oh, yes, there's so much I want to do.
I admire your enthusiasm. I myself can find very little to be enthused about, burdened as I am by the constant pleasures and diversions of my class.
Did you really mean it before when you said you could love a man of lowly station?
Indeed I did, but I said might.
Why only might?
Well, there's the Grand Duke and the Marquis to think of, you know.
But you said yourself, they're so cold.
I'm sure you understand when I say there are certain expectations of a young lady in my position. It would be such a disappointment to certain members of my family if I were to marry a commoner, as we like to call them. You simply cannot imagine the scandal it would cause. All the magazines would remark upon it. I might even be cut off from the family fortune. Yet, no calling could be too humble for the man I loved all that I wish him to be.
I work in a restaurant.
Not as a waiter. Labor is noble, but personal attendance...
No. I work as a cashier in that restaurant over there.
That one? There?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Quite sure.
But... Oh!
What is it? What's wrong?
I'm late for an important engagement.
An engagement?
Yes.
Some sort of ball?
Yes.
Will I ever see you again?
I do not know. Perhaps. But the whim may not seize me again. I must go quickly now. There is a dinner and a box at the play and, the same old round. You may have seen an automobile at the upper corner of the park, one with a white body.
And red running gear?
Yes, I always come in that. Pierre waits for me there. He supposes me to be shopping in the department store across the square. Conceive of the bondage of a life wherein we must deceive even our own chauffeurs. Good night.
Wait, it's getting dark and the park is full of questionable characters. Can't I walk you to your...
No! No. If you have the slightest regard for my wishes, you will remain on this bench for 10 minutes after I have left. I do not mean to question your intentions, but you are probably aware that autos generally bear the monogram of their owners. Again, good night.
Mary Jane Parker, what on earth are you doing out here? Don't you know what time it is?
To whom are you speaking, madam?
To whom am I? To you. Who do you think, you ninny?
And I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Your shift started 15 minutes ago. Mr. Witherspoon's in a rage. This is the third time this month you've been late. You better get yourself over there and into uniform before he cuts you loose for good. Go on now, I know you can't afford to miss a paycheck.
You must have me confused with someone else.
Confused with what? Mary Jane Parker, we've known each other for 3 years. We swapped shifts. Have you been drinking? Why are you wearing that ridiculous hat?
I'm sorry, Mr. Parkenstacker.
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 Parkenstacker?
Yes, Parkenstacker.
As in the Parkenstackers? From the society pages?
The society pages?
If only I were so fortunate.
You must excuse me. My chauffeur is waiting.
Chauffeur? What kind of crazy ears are you putting on? You've never had a chauffeur in your life. You don't even own an automobile.
I do so.
Since when?
Mary Jane, get to work now.
Oh, get away from me. I don't know you.
Don't know me. You have been drinking. I'm going to tell your mother.
Wait, you forgot your...
Pardon me, sir.
Yes, Henry?
About your dinner reservation. Should I cancel it or?
No, I'm coming.
Very well, sir. The automobile is waiting.